Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown. It's a shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, by the way, kick dig back here. What's that?
Your TV's like volume's on or something. I hear something.
Sorry about that.
There you go. Sorry.
Yeah, guys. Welcome to Philly Shakedown Podcast. It's a horrible, horrible night. There's no question about it. What a night, man. What a horrible, horrible night. All I could say, I'm just emotionally spent, Joey. I'm just spent on this whole thing, man. It's crazy.
We waited another week to see if they could change some things. We saw some changes this week, and it wasn't enough. Theoretically, I think the defense was a little bit better today. They really only had like 2 bad drives. They only gave up 90 yards in the first half. I thought, we only blitzed 1 time this whole game. But this is on the offense. This is on the coaching. There's the morale is down. Nobody gives a flying shit. It's over. It's over. With 3 games left on your schedule and a playoff game, it's pretty much done.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I don't know.
I know. I know.
You got a clean house, dude. There's something fundamentally wrong with this team. Just the way they went out is just horrible. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
L. Davis Super Chat goes, yo, Phil, you seen the Eagles Nation post about Nick said, oh my God, it was him making the calls. Well, he's got to stop. I would fire him too, man. It's just brutal. I don't know what else to say. I can't sit there and see this team doing any damage in the playoffs when you can't even beat Seattle. I'm sorry, man. It's not like it's just one person or one thing. The offense sucks. Jalen Hurts wasn't good. The coaching isn't good. The defense isn't good. I mean, they can't get pressure on Locke. Drew Lock went 98 yards with a minute left, dude.
Yeah.
With a minute. That's insane.
You blitzed 1 time in the second quarter, which was the third down in the red zone. I mean, that which excluded them to a field goal. I mean, that was the only the Eagles, defensively they got, out of bad situations. I mean, you went to the fourth quarter with 2 shots to put this team away. 2 in the Eagles defense bailed you out once. And couldn't do it.
Exactly. Scott Trent, David Super Chat goes, Eagles only gave up 13 points until the last drive. Yeah, it's true. But the last drive is what matters the most. That's when the game was on the line. Bad Eagle, David Super Chat goes, good chance we could be the 3rd seed at this point. Yeah, very good chance. I don't know what the tiebreakers are with Detroit, but even if you win out, do you really feel like? I think you win 1 game. I don't know if they beat Detroit.
What does it mean though? Even if you win out, you win the division. What does it mean?
It means that you're going to lose in the playoffs. Yeah, it's what it's going to mean. I think they got a clean house. I think they got to fire Brian Johnson, or whoever's calling the plays has to be stripped of it immediately. Bones, David Super Chat goes, thank you, Phil and Joey. You guys helped me deal with these horrible losses. We're all in it together. Thank you, man. Thank you. These things are coming up crazy. Christoph, David Super Chat, he goes, Eagles made Drew Lock look like Joe Montana.
Every quarterback,
I agree.
Dude. Every quarterback.
Zay Boogie, David Super Chat goes, we deserve this L. I'm telling you, it's the coaching. We have players. Something is going on in the locker room. What else could it be? Please tell me. I don't know. I don't have any answers. I don't know what it is. LJ David Super Chat goes, I come here hat in hand, Joey. You were right.
Oh, I mean, it's not about me being right. It's just about like what I see, and that's it. Like I was hoping they were going to prove us wrong this week. I was hoping. I know we had some injuries going into this week. I get it, but man, like they look so down, and Jalen Hurts looks horrible. I mean, the progression, and it looks horrible.
It really does. It really does. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Aaron Rascal, David Super Chickens, without pressure, our secondary's exposed. Coaching is terrible. They got no pressure on him the whole game. How can you let Drew Lock go beat you in a 90? I'm sorry. It's unacceptable. Marco Lucio, David Super Chickens, we suck, not our year. Hard to say, boys, next year. There's going to be a lot of talk about cleaning house next year. Scott Trent, David Super Chickens, we might have to root for Dallas to beat Detroit. Yeah, I don't know what the tiebreaker is with Detroit. I know that with Dallas, they need us to win one more game or lose one more game. Otherwise, we win the division. But I don't know what the tiebreaker is with Detroit. Joey Campanelli, David Super Chat, he goes, Eagles have been wrong all season about not playing to their standard. This is their standard. Predictable dumb play calls by coaches and mistakes by every player. Agreed. I agree. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just I'm so depressed. I'm really depressed. This game just, you just realize you're not good enough. You're not good enough, and that's just the truth. Green Blaze, the Fly Eagle, David Super Checkers. I don't know what to say, guys. What are we going to do? I mean, we're going to have to play it out. But I mean, I don't know. I would just start blitzing every down. Just blitz every down. What do you have to lose? If stop him anyways.
I mean, if he was a little bit more aggressive this game, I think it would have been pretty good. Like I said, I think there was 2 really bad drives by the defense, but I mean, you didn't give much up in the first half, but the tackling was god awful in the second. I mean, no one could tackle. I don't know what they do to tackle, but I thought Sidney Brown was having a good first half. Second half, he was all over the place. We would get hits at the line of scrimmage, but they can't wrap up. And a 3-yard loss will turn to an 8-9 yard or a touchdown. I mean, or a big first down. So it's
right.
It affected it, but
yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. Leo, thank you for Super Chat. Goes 142 left in the second. We don't score twice. Nothing offensively. Just routes running into coverage and 13 rushes for Hurts. Pathetic, inexcusable. It is. And can they every time it's like a 3rd and 4, they go into an empty set shotgun. It's a quarterback draw every single time. It's so annoying. Nepal David Super Chat goes, I want to move on from Hurts. Another Wentz. Man, he missed. There was a play.
2 plays.
There was a couple plays where he missed Devontae Smith. That would have been a huge play in that game. Radiation Boss David Super Chat goes, sorry, fellas, we can't compete with these coordinators or defense. It's this bad as Kerry Williams and Bradley Fletcher. One and done. Onto the draft. It's going to be one and done. Yeah, I definitely think one and done. Nitro Freak David Super Chat goes, absolutely embarrassing. Jalen Hurts stinks. Saturday wildcard weekend. Here we come. Yeah, if we could beat Tony, Danny Cutler.
I don't know where you're trying to scheme, though. I don't know where you're trying to scheme because like the receivers are getting draped all over. When Hurts extends a play, there's no one downfield. There's nobody. Like every time he goes outside the pocket, I felt like he had nowhere to throw the ball half the time. I mean, it's just. You have a top offensive line. You have a really good roster offensively. These guys don't know how to code. They don't know how to scheme wide receivers open. Wide receiver 3s don't get involved. The tight ends don't get involved. I mean, the players even after this game are quoting. They don't even know what's going on. Like they don't even know what they have to work on. It's a big question mark right now. It's
I agree.
Bad.
Paul Feder, David Super Chat goes, I want to choke Sirianni out. I hear you. Luke Bradshaw, David Super Chat goes, looking back, Howie had a bad offseason. We paid old guys like Bradbury and Slay instead of young guys like TJ Edwards and CJ Gardner-Johnson. We could have gotten a good corner in the draft. Thought Howie learned. Listen, there's so many questions about the scheme. Who wants to run what scheme? What are they trying to do? I mean, I don't, at this point, I don't know who to blame. I don't know where to point the finger except for the head coach and the front office. I don't. Now, David Suchet not winning, scoring 17 points. No.
It's pathetic.
No.
It's pathetic.
I don't even understand why go deep to Quez Watkins. You were at the 45-yard line. You were killing
First
clock.
down.
You were moving the ball. What are you doing?
They take those kill shots. They love doing that on early downs to feel like they're going to take the defense off, like they're going to trick them into thinking that they're going to run.
Anybody ever.
They always do it. They always do it.
Jerome Nichols, Davis Super Chat goes, as a Cowboy fan, I have to say that neither of us can beat the 49ers or Baltimore. The NFL scheduled these gauntlets, and it tired Philly out. It's now set up for Dallas to screw up in December.
Dallas is if Dallas is home, they might have a little bit of a fucking chance. But that's as close as they're going to get.
Dallas has to be at home. They have a 2% chance to get to home field. They're most likely going to be the wild card team. Well, maybe not. Who knows with this team? They could lose to next week. So who the hell knows? But if Dallas is at home, I think they're tough. I think if they're on the road, I think they lose. CW Gearhead, David Superchat goes, well, time for hockey season. Maybe the Flyers with no wingers or goalies give me more hope this coaching staff is done and team has no fight. Nephew could call better plays. Nick is brain dead. I agree. I don't know what Nick's organized. I don't know what he's doing anymore. LJ Davis Superchat goes, Hurt looks like a quarterback that doesn't trust the offensive scheme. That's why he's taking unnecessary risks, forcing plays. Fire Brian Johnson. I hear you. I am so miserable, man.
It's not just Brian, dude. It's so much more. It's an internal, like, there's some. It's to the front office down. It's more than that.
Exactly. David Superchat goes, we are the first round exit team. We are frauds. We are not who we thought we were. I agree. Scott, David Superchat goes, who is worse, Mike Rowe or Brian Johnson? They're both pretty bad, but I would say Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson.
Because Brian Johnson has ultimate talent around him. And whether it's him or whatever's not figuring out. Richie MC, David Superchat goes, Mad Dog, Philly 500. We are losing to the Bad Dogs Giants. We very well might. At this point, this team is fundamentally flawed. Eddie Davis Superchat goes, live and die by the deep ball. Hurts at a press conference. I have to do better. Wentz is back and fire Johnson. Oh, God. Here we go to the I have to do better stuff. Oh, God.
He said it again tonight.
Yeah. You have to do better. Yeah. Dre, David Superchat, bring in better coaching and let them sort out the positions, even the quarterback. At this point, I want to see more McKee. You got to get rid of both coordinators, dude, at the end of the year. You have to.
But what if Nick's still the problem? Well, how do we know if Nick's the problem or not?
Well, yeah, like I guess that's well, you got to get a guy like Frank Reich in here, and then you got to give him full operation control of the offense. It's what has to happen. Otherwise, if Nick is calling the plays, I mean, they're horrible. Charles Clements, thank you for the super chat, man. Shane Davis super chat. He goes, I ain't buying it. Hurts and Kenny G wide open for 20, 30 yards instead of forced the AJ double covered. We can't give him Hurts pass. I'm sorry. No, I don't blame you. Hurts wasn't good. He was not good. Horrible. I blame Hurts tonight. I blame the defense tonight. I mean, there's so much blame to go around, from the coaching staff to the quarterback to the defense. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's unacceptable that Drew Lock goes 98 yards with one timeout and like a minute left in the game and scores a touchdown. I'm sorry. I think that's unacceptable. CW Gearhead, David Super Chat, he goes, this team would lose the U.S. Olympic flag football team at this point. I agree. Zayka, David Super Chat goes, the defensive line had one of the greatest falls offs I have ever seen. This is one of the ultimate collapse I have ever seen. You were 10-1, 2 games up in the conference. And he lost 3 straight. I mean, it's bad, dude. It's bad. Bro says, Philly admit you don't believe in
the picture.
Oh, God. What the fuck is wrong with these people today, man? I'm so tired, dude. I'm done with these people. Colton Davis, I guess just take off the live chat when you're done. I'm going to have to delete the whole stream, actually. Colton Davis, Super Chat, will that be blocked or no?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm probably have to just tear the whole stream and shut it down. Colton B. Davis, Super Chat, he said that mistakes he made cost us a game. What do you want him to say? It doesn't matter what he says.
At least say
Doesn't matter
something
what
like that
anybody
tells
says.
me that you're fucking this whole thing up, like that everything's fucked right now. And it's like, oh, we'll check the scheme, we'll see what happens. That's what he did tonight. He said, we'll see what adjustments we have to make. It's like, dude, is he on the hot seat right now? Like, I don't. He's giving very broad answers. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hurts is too late back. Maybe. Mark Holmes, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, you were saying something about Cowboys choking. Oh, Cowboys choke already. I mean, just because we're choking too doesn't mean you're not choking.
No, they didn't win the week either, so I don't get.
I mean, you got destroyed. You're a choke. Your team's been choking for 30 years. Just because we're choking doesn't mean you ain't choking either. Charles says, listen, man, I'm loyal to man, but that bottom line is we got screwed on a blatant pass interference call. If we get our proper call, this game ends, period.
No, it's not enough for me to say the whole game changed. The Bradbury PI, or maybe there should have been OPI on the Quez Watkins thing. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered.
Shane Davis Super Chat goes, seen this movie before. Runner-up MVP, promising future, loses offensive coordinator, regresses, history repeats itself. Hurts, Wentz, got to stop crowning dudes early. Thank you, Shane, for Super Chat. I mean, it's hard for me to say anything. Leo Davis Super Chat goes, you really think it's Nick, BJ, and Desai gone ASAP? I don't know who it is. I don't know. You think it's Nick?
The head coach is allowing it. If he's allowing it every week, then yeah, it is. I mean, Dave Spadaro was asking questions from fans a couple weeks ago, and he said that the game plan revolved around Nick's game plan. If that's the case, then it's everybody. If it's allowed for this long, you literally had second half comebacks for a few weeks the same way. And this game, same way with the running backs. I don't think it's even changed.
Yeah,
I don't think it's changed. When they got things going with Swift in the second quarter, they did some good things. And then, Kenneth Gainwell is used in motion as a wide receiver. He's used everywhere in the second half. And they favor him more than anybody else. And we're suffering because of it. Yeah. Everything.
G.I. Joe Sports Radio. David Super Chat goes, I told you, deluded Eagle fans, that no matter what this offseason does, I never were bought into Hurts being elite. This defense is not good enough to win the playoffs. This defense is not good enough to win the playoffs. I agree with you. Sam Davis Super Chat. He says, a lot of Wentz talk here. Okay, he did more with the half the talent. That's the Aguilar truth. The Aguilar truth. I like it. Tourville says, I don't care about the ref. This offense defense haven't played complete game all year. All year. No, I mean, they're just not good enough. They're fundamentally flawed from the coaching staff on down. And they're going to have to make some big changes. But really, what they need to change more than anything is they got to change this idea that their scheme has to only be a certain way. They need to stop with it. Yeah. Randy Davis Super Chat, he goes, hey, Joey, Jeff Stoutland should be head coach. I don't see Stoutland as a head coach. I don't know. I think he's like a coordinator, and that's what he is.
Yeah.
Desmars Davis Super Chat goes, people calling Jalen trash when he scored all our touchdowns like usual with freaking flu at that. All the D had to do was stop lock 1 minute left. The defense is horrible. There is no rush. I mean, I don't understand how you get no pass rush and you do nothing about it the whole game.
No.
Zay Boogie, David Super Chat goes, seeing Joey's reaction to that picture just made my night so much better. Was not suspecting it. Anyways, we have the players. It's the coaching. Thanks, Zay Boogie.
You can't depend on your quarterback to run with the ball in his hands to win a football game. And like you resort to that play where you spread the defense out and it's an empty set and he just runs, or extending the play to get a first down. You're not winning a game on QB draws. Like you're not giving no one. You're not spreading the football around. I don't get what the game plan is. I just don't.
Yeah. Rachel Davis Super Chat. Now that both the Cowboys and Eagles have 3 NFC losses and 1 AFC loss, also same division record. If both teams win out, who has the tiebreaker? The Eagles have the tiebreaker based on strength of opponent, I think it is, or common opponent, something like that. So the Eagles have the tiebreaker. All they have to do is win out. But what does that mean? That they're going to win one playoff game and then lose to Detroit? Spunky, a member for 40 months. Fire Brian Johnson ASAP. If Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni don't get their crap together, they could go as well. I'm with you, man. Jalen Hurts is the biggest reason we lost this game. Both of the interceptions were awful. I don't
I
understand the
agree.
decision. They were bad interceptions. He was bad.
No check downs. Check downs are wide.
Thank you, Spunky.
The Kenneth Gainwell check down. Well, the Devontae Smith, the Kenneth Gainwell, the last part of the game, he could have got to the 50. I mean, they had time. I mean, they had timeouts.
They had time to get into field goal range. And
they're trying to get the fucking PI call they want. They want to get the underthrown PI call. That's what they do when they have no answers and no creativity in your fucking offense. That's what they do. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Malcolm Fripp, thank you for super chat. We winning 2 of the next 3 and remain the 5th seed. Well, if we win 2 of the next 3 and Dallas wins out, then you're right. But you got I don't think Dallas is beating Miami next week.
I don't either.
We'll see. Howie's fumbled the bag of Slade Bradbury should have kept C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Should have kept T.J. Edwards too. I mean, I just don't understand how T.J. Edwards walked when he's not even making that much money.
There's a flaw. There's a flaw in what Howie wants with the coaching staff. I mean, that's a reason why. Like when you have a head coach in Nick that wanted the same scheme as Jonathan Gannon from last year, getting another coach to run that defense, I don't think you're getting. I don't think you can get the quality talent out of certain players at positions when they play off like that. I don't think you can actually get the best out of a player from any position. I thought Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter hit a wall the past few weeks. The run against the run, we're giving up over 150 something yards the last 4 weeks, and before that, we were great. We've hit a wall at every position, and it's a joke.
Dre Diesel, David Super Check has been spitting this for weeks now. No creativity, no pre-snap action, no play action, nothing. Agreed. Cool Eagle, thank you for super chat. He goes, this team don't believe in the plan and are lost. This defense was terrible in the last 2 minutes only, but the offense gave up 2 turnovers that resulted in points. Giants are 5-1 in the last 6 games. We are in trouble. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. All right. Hey, Joey, do you think you could take over for 1 second? I need to go take care of something with the family real quick.
Go ahead.
All right. I'll be right back. I'm going to just jump off, but I'll be right back.
You're good. Let's see here. Problem is Howie only wants yes man as coach. If you don't fall, you won't be here. No, I think the coaching. I don't know. Like I'm already kind of off board with Nick Sirianni. I just don't. I think I'm done with Nick at this point. If he's not going to change, and I think it's up to Howie Roseman too, because I feel like he has a lot of. I don't know. I don't know the ass end to everything. I don't know what they're doing. I wish I had the answers, but I fucking don't. Howie is the problem. Wake up, Eagle fans. I can't click any of these comments because I'm not hosting it, so that's why nothing's popping up. Joey, I've never bought into the depth chart Howie put together. I think Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith were reached in the draft. I don't think Jordan Davis was reached at all. I just think when you lose so many games and you hit and I think these guys have just hit a wall at this point. Like when you lose like 3 straight games, I mean, you just hit a wall. And top of, a certain position group is not playing good. I think everyone else just starts playing worse than what they are. I'm depressed, Joey. Fire everyone. I hope there's a firing this week. Now, I don't think they're going to fire a head coach this week. I don't think that's going to happen. But Nick might be on the way out too. Nick will be an after the season type firing if that's the case. Let's see. His emoji says, why go deep twice? Like, why would you throw deep balls? Because that's all Jalen Hurts knows. I don't know. They either try to get the underthrow, which is a PI call. They try to get the underthrow, or they try to, I don't know. This is the Eagles had 2 chances in the fourth quarter. The Eagles had 2 chances. Okay. 2. Okay. And the defense bailed them out the first time. First down, you're throwing a deep ball to Quez Watkins. Why do they throw this deep ball? Why do they always... They can never put a team away at all. They never could put a team away. Ever. Never. when you could get more time of possession, you're moving upfield. There was a couple good catches, and you can never put them away. Throw a deep ball downfield. Get that kill shot downfield. That's what they do. And there's other passes like that last one, the A.J. Brown for the pick at the last play of the game, where you're under, like you throw these underthrows to get PI calls. Like there's no creativity. It's a bunch of lazy fucking shit. It's lazy. The whole thing is just lazy play calling. Everything is wrong. Everything is wrong with this offense. The defense really had 2 really bad drives. Other than that, when you have an offense that literally just, off 2 picks for points, they scored 2 points off of turnovers, man. I mean, that's the worst thing that can happen. Philly will go over the super chats because I can't click on anything. So losing your OCDC was bigger than we thought. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't think Jonathan Gannon leaving I thought it would be obviously a big not misunderstanding, but I thought it was the right move, but they wanted the same scheme. So what do you do?
Sorry about that.
You're
Had
good.
some family stuff going on.
You're good.
I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
What did I miss?
No, I didn't. There's a few supers up you could read.
Okay, let me see here. I see. Okay, so trying to figure out where it was. There's Spunky. I know I read that one.
101 a.m. Go to Gearhead Super. That's the first one, I think.
Okay, hold on. Are you sure? Did we read
or 1258? Sorry, 12. This one, yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay. Cool Eagle David Super because they don't believe in the plan and our loss. The defense was terrible in the last 2 minutes only, but the offense gave up 2 turnovers that resulted in points. Giants are 5-1 in their last 6 games. We are in trouble. Mm-hmm. Did I read that one?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you for the super chat, man. Listen. I don't know, man. It's just bad. Sam, thank you for super chat. We had a bad game. Just frustrated. Always bad game. Always bad. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
CW Gearhead. It's sad to say I'd rather have Dan Campbell running his team. Everyone says Nick changed the culture here. No, Dan changed everything in Detroit. Can we get Ben Johnson? I can dream. Yeah, Nick, man. Nick's got a lot to answer to, man. Romeo Talent, Dave for Super Chat. He goes, yo, man, you're still alive. Look at the dedication. Oh, you're gonna be here.
We're always here, bro.
All week, man. We're gonna be bitching all week. It's good. It just really fucked my Christmas up, man. Dave Boogie, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, imagine if we had the 49ers offensive play calling. Literally, the players are making it obvious they don't believe in the play calling. The fact is he's not listening is why the players are not caring. We have to find out essentially who is who. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Who is the reason, or what is the reason why the offensive play calling is bad? Is it Brian Johnson, or is he just being a scapegoat? Who is it? That's what we need to know. Mr. Albert Davis Super Chat goes, Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelsey will retire.
Kelsey will. They start firing coaches. Kelsey will definitely. Once he senses that they're going to do a rebuild or whatever the case may be.
Super Tony, thank you for Super Chat. Screen pass. Oh my God, enough of the dumb play calling. P.S. My 39-year-old ass can beat Bradbury on a route. He's trash. Yeah, Bradbury got to go. Both corners got to go.
Yeah, they're done.
And I'm going to tell you this. I credited Sidney Brown. I was like, yeah, Sidney Brown's playing good. He can't tackle for shit.
Yeah, he didn't do good in the second half.
3 big tackles that led to points.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, everyone talking about C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I think like GM demanded too much money. Blumberry and Slade played well last year. If we didn't pay them, who was behind them? No Ricks, no Ringo. Edwards was a no-go. You know what I think? I think we really screwed up. We hired the wrong guy, defensive coordinator. Here's what I think now. I think that, what was it, Denard Wilson? Who was the defensive back coach last year?
Denard Wilson.
He needed to be the defensive coordinator. They let him go. He's done a great job where he's gone. And then when they brought Matt Patricia in, they did it because they didn't believe in Desai already. And they wanted a plan. And they planned all along to get Patricia in a defensive coordinator. He's going to be the defensive coordinator next year because you can't blame him and say it's his fault when it's not even his scheme we're running.
No, that's yeah. I mean, that's yeah. They're not doing his scheme
Right?
like well. That's the thing. Like they're telling him not to do his own deep. So there's a control aspect to this whole fucking situation.
Oh yeah.
Beyond, and
big
it's
time.
not even just Nick.
Yeah.
It's higher than that.
It's
way
the
higher.
analytics. They don't want to do anything that goes off their analytics. Do you know why they don't blitz and they don't play aggressive style defense? Because the analytics tells them that gives up bigger plays. That you give up bigger plays doing that. That's why. You know, it's ridiculous. GI Sports Radio, David Superchat goes, Philly 500. I predict a 23-20 win for Seattle after calculating the calculations. Damn, man, that was good, man. That was good. I am not letting this ruin my Christmas. I'm not. I'm not letting it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do this tonight. I'm gonna do my video tomorrow. I'm gonna do my videos this week. But man, I'm.
No, they don't deserve for our attention. They don't deserve any of our attention at this point.
This is over. This is over. Yeah. Chris Dog, thank you for Super Chat. It looks like the players turning their back on head coach Nick Sirianni. How can they not? He's lead
by now.
Offense is too talented for them not to. JR806 Eagles choke season. Fair enough. Fair enough. This is not even a choke season. This is a like an epic collapse season. Okay, that's what it is. GW Garrett Davis Super Chat. On a bright spot, at least we get a better punter. Yeah, we got a better punter.
That's true.
Corbin Shaquille Oatmeal. Davis Super Chat goes, Bills scared us. Niners broke us. Dallas finished us for Dallas. Just take the Dallas part out. We're playing scared. Bradbury should be gone. I agree with everything but the Dallas finished us part. Dallas had nothing to do with anything. They were just a team that got us at the right time.
And Slay is tweeting while the game is on, like, dude, like, stop.
What did he say?
Stop.
Like, oh,
nothing,
I would have made that.
Just stupid shit. Like, not even stupid. Like, he's just tweeting during the game. Like, dude, just watch the fucking game. You're not even playing. Just stop. Just stop.
Say Boogie David Super Chat. He goes, yeah, Nick looks like he's losing it. He's in trouble. Yeah, I think there's big questions about Nick Sirianni this week, man. I wonder. I mean, this is becoming one of the epic meltdowns. They were 10-1 and 2 games up. You're like 2 games up on the conference.
He's giving answers in these press conferences now, like he's on the hot seat. Like he's saying the same comment every game after every game that we lose. He's saying the same thing. And he just said tonight, that, are you guys going to be changing anything, coordinator wise? He said no.
Well, no. Then it'll keep happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Patrick Taylor Super Chat goes, how did the opening drive look so promising and we controlled time possession for a whole first half, and in the second half we were able to score only 7 points? I wish I had the answers. And it felt like there were a couple times that they had good drives going, and then all of a sudden they decided to take deep shots, and they both were picked off. I just don't understand it. L. Davis Super Chat goes, don't watch the press conference. It will piss you off. I'm not watching it tonight. I have to cool down. I'm so lividly hot right now. Like, I'm so pissed off about tonight. I can't. We don't wife these 304s. Davis Super Chat had all this to say about the Cowboys only to lose. Well, I mean, everything that was said about the Cowboys remains the same. It's not a one or the other.
Yeah, just because the Cowboys are who they are, and we know who they are. Just like they know who we are.
They're frauds, and they're not the only frauds right now. There's 2 of them. David Super takers, I will never give up a season, but this team is almost trying at breaking point. Reminds me of the 2020 season, but we're sad. Can only hope we get better. I mean, this is bad. Frank says Slade should be benched for the remainder of his tenure as an Eagle, which ends in about a month. I'm okay with that.
Such a fucking
I think both corners gotta go. Richie MC Davis Super Chat. He goes, Siri is the Grinch that stole Eagles season. You ain't kidding. Eagles are done. I mean, we're not looking good.
You have 3 games left and a playoff game. It's crazy right now.
You're in December. You're 0-3 in December. See, you got to be winning in December. You can't be losing. You losing this. Like, how does this team turn it around in a matter of 3 weeks? I don't know. I don't know how you do it. Paul Ferrer, thank you for super chat. He goes, Sirianni, rock, paper, dipshit. I don't know. I mean, it's bad, man. We got 1,300 people in the chat, by the way. Make sure you guys hit the like. Make sure you subscribe. Shout out to each and every one of you guys that are here. Thank you so much. I'm just so tired of looking at the Philly, my mom is hot thing. Dude, I don't.
Yeah, what is that?
Can you just go get a life somewhere, please?
God.
I have no patience. Rob, thank you for super chat. Matt Patricia will be an Eagles' next head coach. I don't want Patricia next Eagles head coach. Jared B says Bill Belichick and Patricia reunion in Philly next year. You ready to bring in Bill Belichick?
That would never work out.
Happen. No, you think Howie Roseman is going to bring in anybody that would challenge him? No. You're always going to get these first-year yes men. That's what you're always going to get. Anton Davis super chat goes, why would you throw a deep ball to Quez on first down with 8 minutes to go? You're supposed to be killing the clock mode. Defense is bad, but should never been positioned last drive. Yeah, why? I mean, it's first down. You're at the 45-yard line. They're 45-yard line. So at the very least, you come out away with a field goal. It's a 7-point game. Instead, you try to go for the kill shot, and he wasn't even that open, Joe. It wasn't even that open.
No, I mean, they've been doing that all year. They love the kill shot. They love that play. I don't know. On early
but it
downs.
doesn't kill anybody.
I know. I know.
It's not a kill shot when it doesn't kill anybody. CW Gearhead, David Superchat goes, Nate Gary could have tackled better than most of the team tonight. Jeez. The tackling and the pressure, like, where is the front four is no pressure, man.
You blitzed one time, second quarter, one time on that third down.
Drew Lock started the game 8-10. Why on earth would you ever show a guy like that much respect? Seriously. RPF, what's going on, my man? Hey, 500 and Joey sleep in the house. What's going on? Well, guys, don't know this, but I said on my channel 2 weeks ago that the Eagles don't win Super Bowl 58, that I would 100% end my YouTube career, and I've had enough losing. Dude, and it's not happening, my friend. This team is bad. Corbett Shaquille, my favorite super chat goes, Dallas broke us, meaning mentally that was the last straw, and the players have no confidence in the coaches. No, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
When is it going to get bad in the locker room? Like, when is, like, their shit
that's going to go down? Oh, this week it's going down. All hell's breaking loose this week. I don't think they can keep this locked up, dude. Corbett Shaquille, favorite super chat, our kill shot is a spit wad. I know. It really is. It's like, somebody gave Nick Sirianni like a spitter, you know what I mean? Like you know how they used to get the pens and you put the spitball in there and shoot it in class? Somebody told him that was like a bazooka. It'll blow shit up. And he's shooting around and it don't work. Adam Scott, David Super Chat, he goes, Dallas, Philly, Detroit. Fact is, none of us what it takes to beat the Niners in San Fran. It pains me to say that, but it's a reality. It is a reality. I think the 49ers are the best team in football. Zay Boogie, David Super Chat, 3 weeks left. Slim chance we hire Frank Reich. The problem is, and this is a problem what Patricia has too, you can't install a whole new scheme.
Yeah, right.
You can't do it at this time of the year. You have to kind of do what the guys already know. You can maybe check some things and change some things up, but you can't. You can't. I can't blame Patricia. For calling when a scheme is so fundamentally flawed. But what bothers me is, where's Hassan Reddick? Where is Josh Sweat? Where is Jalen Carter and Davis? And like, Dude, you had 1 sack on Drew Lock.
Are you
They
running
get no pressure.
stunts? Are you running any stunts? I mean, you blitzed 1 time on that 3rd down. The 1 time. That's it. I was watching to see if they would do it again. That blitz was really good. I really liked it. It was a reversion to a
Do
short
it
pass.
again.
Do it again, dude.
Oh, yeah, and
They
that
never
3rd
do.
down, they stopped them from getting it, yeah. Junior Davis Super Chat goes, I love you. I love you too. But I'm very depressed tonight, man. You know, it's crazy. Splenda says 500. I'm about to drive to Philly and stand outside the NovaCare with a trash can with the picture of Sirianni's scheme. Yeah, we need like multiple trash cans with Sirianni, with Brian Johnson, with Howie, with the team. Like they're all trash right now. It's just, you know, what are you going to do? Right now, I think that we got 3 games that should be easy wins, but you can't think you're going to win any of these the way we're playing
Don't even
now.
say easy. I mean, there's
no. I'm saying on paper it should be easy, but it's not because of the way this team is playing. And even if this team was to win the last 3, win the division, all right, you might get Seattle again in the playoffs. You might beat them, and then you got to play Detroit. I don't think they're going to beat Detroit. I don't think they could do it. Not with this
tough
defense.
enough. No.
Obey Crazy David Super Chat goes, I've noticed similar or the exact same plays. They're very similar. Dude, I could tell every time Jalen Hurts is running. It's so obvious. Like if I know it, they know it. Now, David Super Chat goes, let Ringo ride it down on the bench. Hey, Ringo was the only guy I thought played good tonight. I thought Ringo did a pretty good job. Say Boogie, David Super Chat goes, if we lose to the Giants, Philly will riot. All the Eagles have to listen. If you want to be Mr. Positivity, and I'm sorry I don't feel like that tonight, but if you want to be there, you can say, you know what? All the Eagles have to do is win the next 3 games, and you get the number 2 seed, and you probably have an easy way to the championship game. Great, but I can't even count on this team to do that.
No,
if they let Drew Lock play like that, then I'm sorry. 500. We all might have to stand outside the NovaCare and riot Lori to sell the team to someone who cares. Dude, if I had the money to buy that team, I'd buy it in a second. And that would change it all. And what are you going to do? I don't know, man. We got over 1,300 people in here, and I appreciate it so much. But I don't know, man. I'm so pissed off. I'm beyond words, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest crumble I've ever seen. I mean, Jalen Hurts and a lot of other players have looked like I've never seen them look so careless. And the coaches see that the players are really they've been like this the last few weeks. I mean, how much more changing a defensive coordinator, changing a play caller for the defense, like that was your change for this week, and the offense looked. Oh yeah, what did the Eagles play better offensively the last few weeks? I guess, but how much is there to take from it?
AJ Brown don't do shit.
Devontae
Smith don't do shit. And I don't think it's not because those are bad players. It's that they're not being put in a position to be successful. And I just don't get it, dude. I don't get it. I don't understand why on 3rd and 4, everybody's running 30 yards downfield. It doesn't make sense to me. I think that the coaching is letting the players down. I think the players and the talent that you had got you to 10-1, and they got tired. They got worn out, and that's all they had. And they've basically been covering up really bad coaching. That's what I really think.
Yeah, I mean, look, you had like the screen passes they're still doing, which doesn't work. I mean, they tried doing a screen to DeAndre Swift. They already read it as soon as they sensed like the linemen were kind of throwing him out of the way, that it was too easy. They backed up. They stopped that. These inside handoffs are almost to say it's inside zone handoff. That's the only handoff play they have in the playbook. They don't do any. And the exchange, like Hurts doesn't know whether to keep it or give it to Swift. It's the most. And Hurts's mechanics are slow as shit. Like he eyes one receiver the whole fucking time when he's about to throw the ball. His arm motion slow. It's nothing's.
And then
quick.
If it's not there, he just bails to the right.
Yeah.
Always bails to the right.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating, and it's just like, those wide receiver screens. Okay, let's run a wide receiver screen and have Devontae Smith block for Goddard. I mean, I don't understand how those screens aren't getting picked off because they're easy to read and they're slow in developing. If any defensive back jumped those, it's a pick six. But I don't even know how they're even completing any of these that look so bad. Richie MC Davis Super Chat goes, was Jalen afraid of a quarterback controversy? If Mario throws 3 touchdowns and won the game, the Eagle fans were saying we want Marcus. If 6, stay home. It's going to make me wonder what it would have been like.
Oh, don't even fucking tell me, because there's people saying, "Oh, Hurts is sick." I was like, let me tell you something. Like, once you're playing and the adrenaline's up, you're trust me, the last thing that you're feeling is
I'm
being
not going to give if I'm not saying it was because he was sick. I'm just not using it as an excuse. Because it's not just Hurts. I mean, Hurts is definitely part of this, but the blame is all around. I mean, the defense is unacceptable. I can say this again. Okay, the offense put you in a position where they had to go 98 yards in like a minute with 1 timeout, and you couldn't stop them. That's unacceptable to me. 1 sack on Drew Lock, unacceptable. Mav, thank you for Super Chat. I just got home from the stadium. I ain't buying shit else. I want a refund for this lame Kelly Green jersey too. Hey, the Kelly Green is the highlight of my year.
Jalen Hurts tonight questioned commitment tonight. He questioned the commitment. Not even just the execution, but the plain word was commitment. So I'm saying, is he talking about the coaches?
Here you go. You want to know? Here we go. Because that will be analyzed up and down the field.
Mm-hmm.
So now players are calling up. Oh, it's gonna be an ugly week, boy. I'm gonna drink so much friggin' eggnog. It's not
alcoholic.
Might as well. Patrick Davis Super Chat goes, how do you think this team would be if Bieniemy was the head coach?
Oh,
I think they would run really well.
Well, he would call the plays too. He would be the head coach and he would call his own plays. Bieniemy, I mean, I don't know if he leaves, I mean, the Eagles need, I don't know. Howie Roseman needs to, some change has to happen. If a different scheme, a different something, I don't know. It's not catering to the players.
Scott Trenton says, BJ head is so shiny, I want to palm it so badly. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Nate, the Davis Super Chat, he goes, if losing to the Giants is what it takes for coordinators to get fired, I can't complain. That's where I am. We will not win the playoffs, period. I don't blame you, bro. CW Gearhead, Davis Super Chat, Nick saying players are tired. Guess what? Time for conditioning. You fumble, you run a mile, you throw a pick, you run a mile.
Remember the
time or a tackle, you run a mile. I'll get the team conditioned real quick.
Now the league's too soft for that.
Hire this man right
now.
Denzel.
We need Denzel Washington to coach this team. There you are. You're right here.
I will kick ass, dude. Corbett Shaquille, Davis Super Chat, Clown Town Pop Warner team looking for coaches. Man. It's going to get ugly this week. Anton Davis Super Chat, as a season ticket holder who's been to 90 consecutive home games traveling from New York, it's about to end. This team has stressed me out all season. Man, I feel bad for you, bro. Oh, man, I don't know what to say, Joey. I don't even know what to say. It's just an epic collapse we're witnessing. And I don't know that you can right the ship at this point. I think it has to get uglier before it gets better. I do. And this team has clinched a playoff spot.
No, things have to get worse before they can get better, but there has to be like a let go of pride. Like that, you have to let the coaches coach. You have to let the coordinators be their own, bring in their own system. This is why they can't hire anybody differently to coach the team. I mean, they can't just be like, oh, let's just use what we used last year to get back to where, every year is different. Your team changes every year. Yeah, it's amazing to get 2 new coordinators. And obviously, you were 10-2 at one point, 10-1 at one point. Like, it's amazing. But those second half comebacks were going to stop sooner or later. The team was resilient for so long, but there's only so much you could, teams are going to figure it out to where they're going to hit you hard in the first half. And then you're going to dig yourself a deep hole where you can't get out of it in the second half. And that's pretty much what's been going on. Now they can't even do much. We don't even know what the identity is since you play your offense off analytics. How do you have a feel for the game? How do you find out what your identity is of this team? Like I don't know. And certain position groups need to be revamped defensively, especially. I think there is still a good core roster here to build off of with depth guys to really test out for the future. But coaching staff needs to be fucking put off this fucking earth. Just totally deleted, totally just scrapped the whole coaching staff. And Nick might be an after the season type move firing. It might happen.
Yeah. Captain Morris, thank you, man. He says, give Philly a break. They just lost 3 in a row, and the Seahawks lost 4 in a row. So the Eagles can turn this around. They got time.
But we know Seattle. But we know Seattle could play football. Seattle knows how to run an offense. Seattle knows how to run a defense. We can't do neither. It's not about because they lost 4, we lost 3. It doesn't matter.
Well, here's my thing. It's the time of year too. Like you've gotta be playing better football this time of year, and it just seems like the Eagles are almost panicking. They go and they replace Brian Johnson. I don't know. I mean, listen. Technically, you're right. It is not too late. You still have time to figure it out, but. Do you really have faith that they will? Because I don't have any faith that they will, unfortunately. Scott Davis Super Chat goes, Sirianni looked like he hit on his best friend wife. I don't know, man. I can't do some of the comments I've had tonight are just I don't even have any words anymore. CW Gearhead Davis Super Chat goes, laugh out loud. Glad I got the reference, Joey. Sad thing, most parts would be too soft and crying and wouldn't be able to answer how many feet are in a mile. Man, it's brutal. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly, and I don't know what to think. Do you think anybody else gets fired this week?
You're not changing a whole scheme.
No. Do you think do you think there's a possibility that if Nick Sirianni is calling the plays that they strip him of it? I mean, do you think something will happen?
I'm hoping. I mean, they can't go on like this. Well, you have the only thing you have on your side right now is time. You have 3 games left. That's what you have on your side right now. If you can't get that right, then if they keep everything the way it is, I mean, it might as well just say goodbye. I mean, say goodbye already now because I don't think you can come back from this.
I agree. Q says, Philly, do you lose faith in Hurts? Do you still believe in he is the guy? I asked a question for hours and you only read a super chat. I want to go to bed and have kids to feed. Can't be. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say. It was such a crazy stream. The only thing I could see was the highlighted super chat. So it wasn't intentionally not responding. Here's what I'll say is I don't necessarily lose faith in Jalen Hurts. But what I've lost faith in is the coaching staff to get everything right. I feel like that's where the bigger problem is. Do I think Hurts played bad today? Yeah. Do I think Hurts made some bad? Yeah. I think there are things that weren't good.
But what did we see on the field today? If Hurts is not checking down, and there's a big difference where they're not checking down, and the coaches see that, and do they go on the sideline and reprimand him for not making that throw? I don't see it ever.
I think a lot of people see Hurts is always, he's always the same way. His demeanor doesn't change. His emotions don't change. I think people get frustrated by that because they want him to be mad, but that's not the way he is. I don't necessarily lose faith in him, but I don't think he's having a better year than last year, and I don't think that the coaching is helping put him in a good position. I think next year with Hurts, we'll find out a lot about him. Smuggy, every Super Chat goes, Pete Carroll and Seahawks just own the Eagles. Doesn't matter who their quarterback is or where the games play. They do. They always beat us, Seattle. Always.
It's every quarterback in the league. It doesn't matter who or where it is.
No. Zay Boogie, every Super Chat goes, the only thing that can save us is a win, and depending on the run game. If we can't get the run-heavy game going, We maybe have to make it to the championship game. We're gonna have to win out and get that 2 seed. The only way we can, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Right now it's going to be tough, but we're 54 minutes in. I don't have anything left, man. I don't know what else to say. I'm
No,
so
I
depressed.
mean,
I just want to
yeah,
go cry somewhere. I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie.
No, I'm done. Like I'm finished tonight. Like today it was too much. Today was just too much. Like I expected better play today. Yeah, it's not doing well.
There's no. I mean, congratulations, Seattle. I should have said that
Yeah.
at the beginning, and I apologize. But right now I'm not. I can't even think about the playoffs. I can't even think about it because this team is not good enough to do anything at this
Mm.
point. Freddie, thank you for super chat. He goes, "How is special teams our strength?" Right? How
Didn't
did
look
that turn
great.
into our
Yeah,
strength?
didn't look great
Thank
today.
God for special teams.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know,
mean,
but thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm gonna let you guys go. We're not even doing the Cowboys out because I just don't think we even deserve it. We don't
no.
deserve it. We
Mm-mm.
just deserve to be watching this train wreck because there's going to be a lot of train wreck, a lot of drama this week for sure.
Yeah. TMZ of the Eagles this week. It's
Oh
going to
yeah.
be.
Oh yeah, Mav, thank you for super chat. We need Belichick. I'm not even playing. Hey, listen, you get Belichick, then see you later, Howie Roseman. So
Mhm.
I'll
Is
make the
wait,
trade.
hold on. Isn't this Howie Roseman's last year
I don't
contract
think
wise?
so.
It's not?
Well, it
He signed
might
a
be,
3
but
Yeah, he signed it. It was a
I thought he
3-year.
renegotiated. I thought he just renegotiated.
Yeah, 3 year. Yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah,
Oh,
before he
I
started
guess it
drafting
is.
well.
Well, they're going to resign him. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
He ain't going. He's going to end up owning the team when it's all said and done.
Mm.
I don't know how he's going to do it, but he will. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a great night. Thank you, everybody, so much. We are out of here. I see all the Philly 500-pounder jokes and all that stuff. I don't care. I don't care. You guys have a great night.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.